All right, welcome back. I bet you can hear the little one in the background. That's Baby Bear. He's being my big helper, playing some music. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah, he's doing good. So you might be wondering why we're staring at what some of you might recognize as a breast pump. Well, these, for some reason, don't ever get reused, or hospitals don't buy them back or anything, at least not where I am. So we got this when little man in the background was just a little guy, and it made life a lot easier for us then. And now we're going to try to use it. Hi, buddy. Yep.
Cake.
For another project. I needed a kind of something in a hurry to pull extra oil out of an engine, and this seems to work. So first of all, I'll show you this little guy in action. I'll turn it on. Yeah, that was how I sealed it. This will all make sense in a little bit. It's just into my sink, and I'm drawing water out of this. It seems to be working pretty stinking well. Oh, got out of the water. There. Alright, so it holds prime really nicely. Some electrical tape for the seal on that guy because a 1/4-inch hole wasn't quite enough. Yeah, thanks for helping, bud. Yeah. Alright, we're going to fill up, so I probably better turn it off. Now, long and short of this thing is you have your hose that's drawing vacuum into the top of your receptacle, whatever that may be. In this case, I'm using one of the milk bottles, and I set this up exactly the way that it works for anything else. However, right here is where a different part of anatomy goes, and so I had to seal this up, and I punched a hole in the side where the vacuum would normally go anyway. The vacuum would be on that section of this unit. Punched a hole in it, and around this other tube I just made a seal with some electrical tape because the hole that I drilled ended up being too big when it got away from me. So I probably should have used a slightly smaller bit, but I used a 1/4-inch bit on this, which actually ended up working perfectly. If I can find my other lid. That 1/4-inch bit was perfect for this, but because of the way this pump functions, it pulls a suction and then relieves it. It relies on this check valve inside that's just a silicone little flap, and that check valve makes all the difference. So I put the suction side on this, and I put the other just stop helping, bud. Yep, thank you. Okay, hands off. Thank you. Nope. Hands off.
Hi.
For good.
Hi.
So I put each end of the hose, each hose in one of these two holes, and it didn't work because all that it does is draw water up the tube and then let it fall back down because it doesn't have any way to maintain the suction, whereas the check valve in the bottom of this cap does. So that's why this setup here. Stay tuned, and I'll either make it a part of this video showing you my actual intended function for this, or it'll be a separate video. Either way, this is a pretty handy way to reuse one of these, and it doesn't damage the pump in any way. Oil never makes contact with that, and all these pieces are readily re-available. I can always buy these parts somewhere else. So if somebody does come along that happens to need a breast pump and they're okay with having a used one, which some people are weird, they don't want that, then this will work out. This is something that somebody else would still be able to use. and they'd only have to buy a couple of parts instead of hundreds of dollars for one of these pumps. Thank you for watching, and wait for it. I'll see you on the next one.